What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. I mean, this is just my watch list. This is just stocks I'm looking at. There's not really any big movers today, honestly. The market's a little bit slow. Uh, Not that many big gappers. Typically, I look for overextended big gap ups. May have to just start looking for some trends in the daily chart and try to use that to base my trades off of today. Just because there's not that many big gappers. Gold is rebounding some. You can see GG, NUGT, and a few other ones rebounding some. GLUU is still up there. GLUU is still at 650s, and so I'm still a little bit short biased with it. But, you know, it could really go either way. And so I'm looking at a few gap downs, but there's not that many good gap ups here. I mean, there's MVIS, which is not tradable. It's a cheap penny stock. Gapping up from 109 to 125. We have GG, which is a gold stock, gapping up from 849 to 870. NUGT, another gold stock, this is actually a gold ETF, gapping up from 1350 to 1368. And then we have stuff like SOXS, small gap from 1458 to 1534, another ETF. Then I'm looking at a few gap downs, FLEX, gapping down from 1091 to 844. The cannabis stocks again, CRON, NBEV. Maybe gonna look at AMRN, see where it goes. It typically moves every day. Maybe watch PTI. See if it can really hold under this level. You can see it's right at this big support level. If you look at the intraday chart, you can see it had a lot of support here at about 515, and it's still kind of testing that level. Let's see how big of a support area that is on the daily chart. Yeah, see, that's the bottom of this big pullback here. We'll see where it goes, but might watch PTI, see if it breaks under there. But yeah, slow market day. There's not a ton that's moving right now, and so a little bit slow. Seven, man. I'm Seven. If you're in this, yeah, Seven. I'm reading your comment now. Yeah, my wife bought me a light roast as well, man, and it's my first day drinking a light roast. Usually I drink her medium or dark roast, and so I'm drinking a light roast this morning. PLSE. Want to see a little bit more movement on that one. IGC. Yeah, IGC is kind of very similar to the rest of the cannabis sector. Down to 243, you can see very similar moves to something like NBEV, almost identical moves. CRON, same thing. Actually, CRON actually broke away from the sympathy plays with the rest of the cannabis sector yesterday. It's actually different than the other ones were. It stayed above the VWAP, pushed up some yesterday, and actually ended green yesterday, which is interesting. Let's see what TLRY. Yeah, TLRY kind of followed the same trend. CGC kind of broke away from the trend. So CGC and CRON seem to be following each other much more. Oh, I ended down $8, John O. On what was that? On GLUU, I ended down $8. So small loss, that's fine. You know, this week so far, I've had 2 green days, 1 break-even day, and 1 red day. And so not bad accuracy so far this week. We'll just see how I can finish it out today, you know. But yeah, I did reach out to YouTube and ask them about, you know, what happened yesterday with all the views. And just, you know, I made them aware that it may be something sketchy. And they understood it, and they told me I have nothing to worry about, that they'll document the fact that I let them know immediately, and that as long as you know, I keep doing what I'm doing, I'll be fine, you know, is basically what they said. And so that was good to see. I trade options sometimes, Adam. That's terrible, Jason. I'm pretty sure somebody attacked me with a view bot, SJ. My views went from, I typically get anywhere between 180 to about 260 people here every morning. My views went from like 300 to 750 and then back down to 200 within like a 15-minute time frame. And so almost 100% it was a view bot, and I just had to report it to YouTube and let them know. It's probably just somebody trying to sabotage my channel, but YouTube's not gonna... I let YouTube know. I reached out to YouTube and let them know. And like I said, they said they documented the fact that I let them know and that I'll be fine. And so, but yeah, just, you're going to get weird people that get insecure about whatever. And so... No, man. Listen, I want to believe it's real and everything like that, but I understand how it works, right? And so, for instance, like if it would have held at those levels, it would have been a little bit more plausible. But the fact that it went up to 750 and then immediately within 15 minutes, everybody just left all at once. And the likelihood of that happening with real views is extremely low. And so, like I said, it was actually somebody attacking me with a view bot, 100%. The likelihood of 500 people all deciding to leave at exactly the same time is substantially low. And what they might actually be doing is trying to target my how long I hold viewers, because that'll actually affect my metrics. And so it's fine. I mean, I'm not that worried about it, but it was almost 100% a view bot just by how it behaved, All right, so I'm looking at GT. I'm just going to move on and start talking about stocks. Don't want to go ranting about it today. INTC is moving a lot, and so I'm guessing the tech sector is going to be moving as well along with this. Let's look at Microsoft. It's down some. AMD moving some. AUY, pop it up on the scanner here. AUY looks like a higher float stock. It's another gold stock. It's not tradable, unfortunately. But yeah, at this point, really what I'm looking at today is GLUU to see if this can give up some of these gains from yesterday, at least pull back to the lows at 612 from yesterday. That's really what I'm looking at here. We'll see though. Usually when I see a stock do this, I like it because it's a little bit extended. But if you look at the daily trend, it had a little bit of a double bottom around 550, 560s. And so a rebound's possible for sure. Want to see it hold under 7 is probably the biggest area to look for. But, want to see a pullback here. May have some support at 650 as well per the daily chart. And you can see it was in a downward trend here. You just got to be careful it's not starting an uptrend. It just has a little bit of room to fill this gap in between 650 and 560s. So we'll see with GLUU. Definitely looking at it for a potential short. Don't know if I like it for a long. It just depends on how it sets up. Yeah, I would say they have less tradable stocks than others, Jeremy, if I'm being honest. I would say that generally when I'm building my watch list, about half of it isn't tradable. And so it's not the end of the world, but it is something to consider. And so I try to be honest with people about it. I would say a little bit less than most brokers, yes. INNT coming up on my scanners, but it's on low volume. MLNX gapping up. It's a little bit too expensive for me. MVIS giving up some of that gap back down. BREW, low volume. Gonna watch Nokia, I guess. It's a little bit higher float than I typically like to trade, but I don't mind necessarily watching it. Some of the gold stocks are moving. But yeah, honestly, just a slow day. So just be careful, guys. It's a slow day in the market right now, at least in my opinion. I think stuff's moving a little bit slow. Oh yeah, Snapchat looks interesting here. But man, Snapchat is down a ton, man, in this last year. It's really tanking this year. Look at this big downward trend it's been in for the last, let's see, it really started around August, right around the beginning of August, about August 7th. You can see this downtrend, and it's just been trending down ever since. Let me clear this drawing set. Found a little bit of support, but you can see these downtrends here, here, here. Just consecutive red day after red day. So if you're, I bet a bunch of people are probably shorting this thing. Interesting though, it did find some support and kind of bottom out here at the 650s. And so we'll see where Snapchat goes. But it's been trending down for, you know, 4 months now, for 3 or 4 months. But it's moving a lot in pre-market. I have to look up the news on that one as well. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Snapchat's just, you know, it's one of those things. Like you get those social media pop-ups where they get hot and then they just kind of fade back down a lot of the time. But yeah, like I said, the main watch is probably GLUU. I'm going to see if I can find anything that looks interesting. I'll probably watch the cannabis sector as well, like I've been doing the last few days. But also looking at a few gold stocks, maybe a few gold ETFs. But like I said, volume's a little slow today. Not even a little. The volume's really slow in the market today. It's just not much movement. Wow. And the SPY rebounded yesterday, but it gave back all the gains in after hours and pre-market. So look, you know, if anybody heard me at the open yesterday, I said one of two things might happen with the SPY, just out of speculation. I said I thought it might push up at first at the open and then wash for the rest of the day, or wash out at the open and then rebound for the rest of the day. And that's kind of what it did. It washed out some, had a nice little washout long, stayed above the VWAP, and so stayed in an upward trend throughout most of yesterday. But if you look in pre-market and after hours this morning, this thing just tanked. It's down to its lows at 264. It's at 266 now. And if you look at the daily chart, I mean, it broke under this big support level it had at 270. Hey, what's up, brother? All right, guys, we got Mitch here.
Can you guys hear me good? Just want to make sure my mic is working. I know yesterday I had some issues and towards the end of our class.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, so the scanner I'm using is Trade Ideas. Sorry. Really awesome scanner, and I do want to give them a shout out just because they've been allowing me to use their scanner on stream, and so I really appreciate that. If anybody wants to check out Trade Ideas, I'll post the link here. I think the one I'm using is about $118 a month, but it's super versatile. It's super customizable. You can do a lot of stuff with it, regardless of what your niche is in trading. You know, you can really build scanners around it. And that's the cool thing about Trade Ideas, is that you can really build your own scans and try to kind of find your strategies in the market. So like I'm working on a VWAP fade scanner, but there's scanners for everything, regardless of whether it's high if the day breaks, low if the day breaks, bull flags, all that stuff. You know, there's lots of tutorials on YouTube for it as well. It might take a little bit of time to learn how to build scans, but once you do, it's a really useful tool. And so to go check that out, I just posted their link. Yeah, VXX. It looks like it's one of those inverse ETFs. I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of doing the opposite of what the SPY is doing here. If you look at it, SAN, GSS. Yeah, just those really aren't my style, I would say. I do like GLUU starting to wash, and so this is going to be one that I'm paying attention to for sure. We were able to trade it yesterday. Let me make sure it's still tradable today. It is. Okay, good. So, yeah, watching GLUU, see if it holds resistance there at 650s.
That's GIUU or
GLUU.
GLUU. That glue.
Yep.
All right, man. One of the dailies that I'm definitely watching, and 15-minute chart really puts real perspective in, is Plag. I might catch the Plag today, guys. Descending triangle there. Descending triangle, something we talked about last night in our class. John hosting a class on triangle patterns. And this is exactly what you see here. 15-minute chart draws it out well. We got that nice support down here in the 440s and a nice downward trend line that you can go off of.
Yep. Looks good, man. We'll see though. I'm also looking at. I like PLAG, but there's also what's the other one that I said I was looking at? Maybe it was. I don't know if it was PLAG, PTI. Oh, it was PTI. So PTI has that big support level at about 515, and so if it could break under that, it may have a little bit of room per the daily chart.
Wednesday was a beautiful trade on this one. I just couldn't be here.
Yeah, this one broke down nicely on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was all about that offering. Once it didn't break down on Monday or on Tuesday, I knew that it was just a matter of time before it got to that 575 price that they talked about in the offering. And this is how I use Catalyst to really understand, especially on offering, if the stock is going above that $7 and $8 range where it's sold the shares, it's selling more shares up there, taking more for its investors, and heading towards the offering price that it thinks it's going to go based on dilution. Dilution stated 575, and in this case, it's already below that now. From $8 to 575, great reward potential there, and definitely got to take advantage of those stocks that give you just a clear sign that the stock is just trying to pump some money into the stock.
Here, I'll have to post it. It didn't link in there, but here, I'll post it, Jeremy, if you want to check out the site. And I always try to say, Mitch and I are not experts at all. You know, we're profitable traders for the most part, and we're just trying to share the knowledge that we know already. And like I think I mentioned it yesterday, the real reason we're doing this is because I have a list of like 30 traders that text me and call me on a daily basis. And so they're the ones that actually requested that we do this. You know, we're not getting rich out of this at all. You know what I mean? But people are going to hate. But I posted the link if you want to go check it out. Delete this comment. There we go. All right, Mitch, hold it down, brother. I'm going to run to the restroom.
No worries, I got this. So what's going on, guys? Any stocks you guys are looking at? Seeing on the daily chart, some extension. What we got here, guys? right, guys. But today, really watching DVAX and also Plag. Plag has that descending triangle. If it can get above 5, it can try to test this 5.99, $6 mark. Now, if it gets below 450s today, I think we can get a nice breakdown. The bottom ultimate target would be in this stock 311. 311 would be that ultimate bottom. I think our first target will be somewhere in that 409. We're going to get a nice wash down. We get that wash down to 409, bounce back in somewhere in the 40s. We'll look to tackle this stock. I got no problem trading it. I know that it has a little separation and spread, so we're going to wait for the volume to get in it and understand that we have to respect our entry level on this. We can't chase on the bid. If the bid doesn't get to our price and we don't get filled, and we let the stock go. Minimize your risk. Try to get nice resistance above you, because if this stock does go and break out, it should be a nice breakout towards that $6 range and could eventually keep going.
Appreciate the sub, Jesus.
CVSI. All right, that's interesting also. Let me take a look at that. I don't think it's tradable, but...
No, it's not.
All right, Hendrick, sorry, I got to kick you out here off my table, bud. Need a trade.
Honestly, though, just really slow market this morning.
I don't think it's one of those days, you know, you have to more essentially, you have to really look, you know, find the stocks that are up. I think it's just a lot of them I can't trade, but there is a couple of them that I would have liked to trade if I could. CREG, Craig. You can see that one washing down. Let's see what's going on with the shippings.
DCIX up a little bit. Somebody mentioned that one already.
I know Dries is tradable again.
DCIX isn't.
Oh, look at this one. This one looks really interesting, but I'm guessing we're not going to be able to trade it. But it really looks like a beautiful stock for sure. SAEX. After a failed attempt to gap up yesterday, looking very, very bearish. I definitely think if this gets below those daily supports, there's a lot of gap down there to fill.
Yeah, under that 540.
Yeah, too bad we can't trade that one. Definitely would be something I would look at, especially if you see a nice big volume open wash through the 6. That's
right.
Definitely something to look for.
Kron is bouncing up some. DGAZ bouncing up some as well.
Alright, Kron's not too bad. It's not the worst, but it's in between a big range. I will tell you guys that about Kron.
Looking at a few of the gold stocks, NUGT, and what was the other one, man? GG.
Oh man, look at this pretty VWAP fade yesterday on I.
Really nice fade. Faded a bunch of times, really.
Yeah, beautiful on that.
Yeah, I is one of the ones that consistently fades. I, VKTX, NBEV. But yeah, you can see the fade here, here, here.
It's just one that is a little tighter to trade. I will tell you guys, the spread does change a little bit in this one. You just have to be really good at understanding your risk and entries. But it's a good stock because it has a tendency of doing like this, where it extends for a couple of days, does 4 or 5 green days, then goes red for a good 4 or 5 days, bounces off the support, goes green for a little while.
Yeah, for sure. So somebody asked thoughts on the pot stocks right now. So I've been trading a lot of the cannabis stocks lately in the market. It's kind of, you know, so if you look at the reason I've been trading NBEV so much, it's because if you look at the daily chart, and this is something I went over yesterday, it's been on a downward trend since the 16th, right? And so you can see it's been on a downward trend, and I think that's why it's been setting up for the fade so much, is because it's been trending down on the daily chart. Maybe a little bit of a triangle there forming on NBEV on the daily. But that's what they've been doing since all of them have kind of been trending down since mid-September at their highs. And so we'll see. I mean, the legalization date was last week, I think, maybe the week before in Canada for some of these. And so I think the hype for some of it is gone, but I'm not saying they're not going to rebound. It's just possible. I'm just watching them, you know. I usually stick with watching a few of them every day, so we'll see. I mean, like I said, they were kind of trending down. See if they find some support where they're at now, which is possible. Good morning, Mike. What's up, man? What's up, Q? Good morning, man. I'm just going to call you Q. It's easier. Yeah, WDC has just been getting hit as well. See, that's your dog's going to town on that water, man.
Yep, he likes his H2O. What can I say?
I know, that's what I was hearing the other day. That's what I think I told you. But yeah, WDC getting hit again. That's going okay. I mean, I've only traded twice on it, down $4 so far on it. And that's just from commissions. I'm really not going to start. That loss is super minor to me because I'm still using small sizing. I'm going to start using bigger sizing Monday just because that's usually my best day. I appreciate the sub, Manuel. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. And so these small little swings this week are fine. On this account, I had a $12 gain on Thursday or on Wednesday, and then an $8 loss yesterday. So I lost that on just about commissions yesterday.
Yeah, man. It happens.
What's up, Captain Tubbs? Mr. Charts, what's up, Todd? Good morning, brother. Good morning, Shelm. What's up, man? Yeah, I think that's probably true. I mean, if you look at the runs for some of these leading up to last week, like TLRY is probably the biggest example of this. I mean, this thing went from $20 all the way to $300 on the 19th of September, and then all the way back down. And so it's right around that support level it had previously. You know, the support level you could see here was right around $100 to $90 to $100. And so, like I kind of went over yesterday, you know, it's been in a downward trend the last week or so, but it may start finding some support around here like it did previously and bouncing. Whether it's going to find support at $100 or $90 is all to be said, but I think that's probably what it's going to do, is find some support. Obviously, if it breaks this big support level here on the daily at around 98.75, it does have a little bit of room to fill back down to the 70s, 68s, 70s. And so we'll see, you know.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of what I talked about, you know. I could see that the pricing for it was definitely early. A lot of times, like I say, guys, the market tries to price in moves before they happen so that no one can actually take advantage of the catalyst when it happens. So you saw them really, really jump up, get to a level where, of course, they shouldn't be priced at. And kind of like what John says, it exactly, you know, they started dumping their value in it and started cycling out of it, taking their initial profits. You know, big investors start taking their profits and the stock starts coming down. Now, like John says, it's really finding the value. The market's trying to find where it can actually keep its value at, and where the stock's capitalization, the market cap, is actually correct.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, look at NIO getting a little bit of a spike here. NIO. That one's been in a very obvious little downtrend as well since the 15th. It's been trending down. A lot of these have. But DGAZ and Kron still trying to push up here. Flex gapping down a lot. So I'll start looking up the news here in a second. Hey, nice work, Danny. That's a hell of a trade, brother. Oh, there we go. Crazy, John, for sure, man. TTNP. Somebody was talking about TTNP yesterday. Yeah, it's down to around 40 cents. Yeah, that's a great trade, Danny. Awesome trade, brother. All right, so let's look up the news. Let's go over the news. A little slow day today, but we'll see what happens here. First one I'm looking up is MVIS, I guess. MVIS getting a little bit of a volume spike this morning. May look at it on Robinhood or so. Third quarter results for MVIS. Revenue for the third quarter was 11.6 million compared to 5.4 million for last year of the same quarter. Last year it had a net loss and instead of net profit, and this year it was actually kind of break even. And so good news for MVIS. We'll see where it goes. Another one I'm looking at is CRON. It's starting to bounce some here. Let's see if any news out. No, not really any recent news out for that one. I'm looking at FLEX gapping down a lot here. You can see a big gap down from 1091 to 835 for FLEX. All right, so news came out that this company, FLEX and Nike, agreed to kind of wind down their footwear manufacturing operation of one of theirs. They said that the operation cost about $30 million, and so they lost a little bit of money on it. They also announced the retirement of the CEO, which is effective December 31st. And so all of that is kind of causing FLEX to drop here. And we'll see what happens with it. Also looking at NUGT, I think this is a gold ETF. We'll try to figure out why. I think gold is up just because the market is down in general. And so that makes more sense. So gold is up because if you look at the SPY, you know, just to clarify, so gold dropped yesterday and then gapped in after hours and pre-market. In the SPY, which is the overall market, pushed up yesterday and then dropped in after hours and pre-market. And so they do the opposite of each other, just because when the market's down, people tend to buy gold. And so gold ETFs like NUGT, GG are both up in pre after dropping yesterday. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a few good options here. AMRN spiking up a little bit in pre. But I'm not really seeing any big gap ups or anything, so. So basically, AMRN put out a press release that said they're looking forward to their presentation releasing their results and their trial results. Their presentation is going to be at the 2018 Scientific Sessions of American Heart Association, and it's supposed to be on November 10th. And so that's causing it to push up a little bit. We'll see what happens with the AMRN here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much else, to be honest. Still kind of looking, but not seeing too much here. SEED doesn't look that bad, actually. Gapping up a little bit. We'll see what SEED is doing here. Not really any recent news on SEED. PYPL. Yeah, very similar to the overall market. Pushed up yesterday and then dropped this morning and then yesterday and after hours. So very similar to what the overall market did, which is ran yesterday and then fell back down some in after hours and pre-market. Yeah, really that's about it. I mean, I'm not really seeing too much here. Got to be careful today. I'm not going to force anything at all. Few gap downs in the tech sector. EBR is up some. What's up, Live Gains? Good morning, man. Yeah, that's about it, honestly. I mean, I'm not seeing anything else that I really like. Kind of a slow day. So I just got to be careful today. But main watches, some of the cannabis stocks, maybe CRON and GLUU. See what happens here. See if we get a washout. All right, we got about 5 minutes. Also, if anybody's interested in signing up to TradeNet, which is the broker I use, I'll go ahead and post the link. The way TradeNet works is you pay for one of TradeNet's packages. In my case, I paid for the student package. I think it was $2,700. And with this, I get $80,000 in buying power with a $4,000 max loss. I think a lot of people just go with the intro package, though, which is typically $500, and with that, you get a $700 max loss. And so your max loss is actually bigger than what you pay for the package, and they give you, with the intro, they give you $14,000 in buying power. And so with the intro, if you go under $13,300, they close your account down, and any profit over that $14K, there's a 70-30 profit split. And so if I bring it up to $15K, I keep $700, they keep $300. The thing I really like about it, though, is that the commissions are cheap. Commissions are roughly about, from what I see, if I'm buying 200 shares or so, commissions are roughly $4 overall after ECN fees and routing fees. About $4 for a complete round trip if I'm using less than 250 shares. And so super cheap commissions, a lot of shorts. Anything that's tradable is shortable. Biggest flaw with TEFs, which is their partnering broker, is that a lot of stocks are not tradable. And you do want to understand that. It all depends on volume. If the stock has had less than 500,000 shares traded in the last few months, they typically don't add it to their system. But, I mean, PTI originally wasn't in their system. They added that. NETE, same thing. They added that. And so they do a good job at adding stocks, but it's definitely something that if you're interested in signing up, you want to understand. But I'll post the link here if anybody wants to go check it out. And I do make a small commission from it, but it's one of the ways we keep the stream free and help support the channel. And so we appreciate it if you do. But 2 minutes. Yeah, I can never eat breakfast in the morning, 7. I'm just not hungry in the morning. I have to force myself to eat because... so my metabolism is okay, but I'm just not hungry in the morning. Oh yeah, Snapchat is another one I want to look at really quick. Snapchat. We talked about this a lot this morning. Let me look up Snap real quick. All right, so yeah, second quarter losses for Snapchat. Forecast is actually more declining. With that, Instagram is probably up some. Shares of the company were down 12.2%. So interesting here for Snapchat. See if it rebounds some. Appreciate the sub, Lonnie. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. All right, though. We got about 30 seconds, so good luck, everyone. Be careful. Market's really slow. Don't force anything. At least in my opinion, I'd be very careful not to force anything. Like I said, market's pretty slow. Not a lot of gappers. Not a lot of good movers. And so just be careful. All right, we got 15 seconds.
Yep. Let's do this. Time to go for day 13. Day 13. Let's do this.
There's the bell. Looking at GLUU, like I said. All right, we got CRON dropping some at the open here. It's down to 784. We got NBEV spiking up some. Snapchat probably popping up some here. AMRN spiking up to 2184 for AMRN. We got GLUU dropping some here. It's going to test the half dollar of 650. If Cron pulls back up to the 788 level, it may be interesting here. But honestly, I'm not really in love with this market today. Big drop on CRON. Big spike on AMRN, bouncing up some. AMRN starting to break out on the upside. Just broke above the VWAP. Cron's down to 774, 71s.
That Cron.
Yeah, man, it's tanking. I'm looking at it for a pullback to that 785 level.
Not bad. Not a bad idea.
Let me look at the daily chart really quick with Cron.
Flag is just way too low volume. Let the stock decide, get the big volume move, and then start looking to play that. Definitely don't want to try to play it here and then watch it squeeze either way.
GLUU bouncing up here, maybe going to break the high of the day. There's the high of the day break on GLUU up to 60s. Big pullback on GLUU. Looking at Kron here, see if it pulls back to that 783 level. I like that.
NIO showing some real strength. I think it's going to go on the long side today. I don't really see this as a short on the daily. And it just got a lot of volume there, added at 624 and 625. Kron approaching your price point if you're interested in that.
Watching it. Risk would be about 87, so about a 7-cent risk. Let me see if it lets me in here. Didn't let me in. Really liked it, but no fill. Snapchat dropping pretty big here. It's down to 590s. FLEX looks to be fading off the VWAP some here as well. All right, very strange movement on the level 2. The bid has been bigger than the ask a lot here, which is kind of strange. Like I said, I don't mind taking a small position here, setting a tight risk of about 87. But something's going on with the level 2 here. The bid is bigger than the ask. And I don't know if it's Thinkorswim lagging or what it is.
It's Thinkorswim lag.
I'm actually grateful that it lagged because it scared me from getting in that trade. And it rebounded, it would have stopped me out. But man, lag on Thinkorswim.
MYND going off on high day momentum scanners.
Yeah, MIND popping up there. I think GLUU is probably going to come back down here. It's definitely not what I would say a beginner trade, though. I just don't know if it's going to get back up there. It may, but it doesn't look like it. Snapchat right around the VWAP. Maybe going to fade here for Snapchat. AMRN right around the VWAP.
All right, I'm short here on Kron off of 92 here. Got to be careful real quick, guys. This is right back on my pressure here. I'm out.
What was your entry?
Took a little hit there. It wasn't bad. 85 off of 90, 5-cent risk, 15%, 15-cent potential gain there. I'll just let it go, guys. Focus in here. Hmm. Freaked me out for a little bit there.
AMRN kind of rejected off the VWAP some there. MYND popping up. Yeah, Snap was right around the VWAP. I was looking at that one. I started to look at Cron though. Focus on Cron a little bit more. The level 2 on Thinkorswim's lagging though today. I'm looking at a few different stocks and the bid is bigger than the ask, and that's just weird. Yeah, Thinkorswim's charts are acting a little funny for sure. I'm having to look at the level 2 on TEFs. MYND still popping up on the scanners here. Sorry, I forgot to put the after the bell scanner up here. There we go. But yeah, NYND popping up on the scanners. Appreciate the subs, Soren. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Also, Coulter. Appreciate the subs. Let me trying to edit the quote speed on Thinkorswim. Maybe that'll help. No, it's already on real time. Weird. Yeah, look at AMRN here. The bid is 2166. The ask is 2163. Makes no sense. GLUU ended up pushing up more than I thought it would. NUGT may be fading off the VWAP here. A lot of fake outs. That's why I said I got to be careful today. Market's a little choppy, so there's going to be more fake outs in the market.
Without a doubt. One of those days that you got to let stocks start making their moves and then, you know, hammer down once you see a better setup.
For sure, yeah. Thinkorswim is even, like, it's almost backwards. Like, the ask is larger than the bid. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's
That's
weird.
that Thinkorswim life.
Yeah, for sure.
That's free service for you.
Yeah, I just gotta look at TEFs to see what the level 2 really is for AMRNs. One of them I'm watching, see if it breaks down under that $50 level. Yeah, I like that, Sam. I don't blame you, brother. RRTS. Yeah, look at RRTS if you like trading these pity plays here. Yeah, definitely some lag on Thinkorswim again. Weird. Kind of forming a little bit of a triangle here, guys. So let's draw it out. Can everybody see this on AMRN? Let's see where it goes. Sorry, let me pull up AMRN here. There we go. Yeah, Thinkorswim is literally backwards today. All right, but so you can see the triangle start forming. Look for it to hold at 62, some support there. See if it breaks out on the top here, if it breaks down on the bottom of this triangle. But you can see it getting wedged, squeezed in between these two support and resistance areas. I know the ask is larger than the bid, Martin. What I'm saying, though, is that Thinkorswim is lagging so much to where the bid is larger than the ask, which is kind of a red flag, you know? Like, that's what I mean, is that it's lagging so much. It's a little sketch. You know, it's a little sketchy, if that makes sense. If I'm looking at the level 2 and the bid's bigger than the ask, like I said, a red flag kind of pops up in my head. But remember, that level I said was 262 or 2162. See if it bounces there. Might be the make or break moment for this. Looking at MYMD for this pullback here. I don't think I could trade it, but doesn't look bad here. Tight risk of 182 maybe. Reward at least at $2. But yeah, if you see this, look, the bid's 65, the ask is 64, or at least it was. Again, bid 65, ask 64, just weirdness. I'm looking at TEFs to see what the real level 2 is like. There's the crackdown under that triangle. NIO had a nice little bounce there. I don't know. Make sure you don't have the implement range button checked, Bo. Make sure you don't have any of those other reserve or any of that stuff clicked. That happens to me sometimes, where I'll accidentally click implement range and it won't let me out. So, all right. So this triangle kind of broke down. But I'm having to look at the level 2 per TEFs just because the level 2 is all wacky on Thinkorswim.
All right, guys, looking here at DVAX for VWAP rejection. Trying to get in at 1190s. Let's see if it bounces up for me. It's slow volume, guys, so I don't recommend it for all you traders out there. It's just something that I'm looking at. I'm going to go ahead and call it out.
RRTS. Yeah, that's a big pullback, man. Kind of a sketchy pullback. It looked like a good VWAP bounce. I definitely understand if you got into it long, but just kind of faked out.
DVAX never given me a chance there. Any bounce in that 1190s, I would have gone and hit that. Would have been able to make a nice win on that. Just kind of faded down without giving any entry.
Maybe AMRN's a longer term triangle here. Kind of did that touch right here, which just makes it interesting to me. It just all depends, Josh. It depends on what your strategy is. What you're really looking for. Triangles are pretty simple. You just look for confirmation of the support and resistance levels. This would be a ascending triangle where the top is flat and the bottom is diagonally heading up. We went over these yesterday in the class, but it all just depends. If you're talking about VWAP fades, it's just about learning the strategy and kind of trading it enough to where you remember it. Look at NIO. You were right. That thing's spiking up.
Yep. I had that feeling. Just had the chart.
Yeah, I haven't jumped in anything yet today, guys. I haven't really seen much I like. I think everybody kind of is sharing the same sentiment here where the volume's a little low, a little sketchy today. Not trying to take any unnecessary risks with my account just because volume's kind of crummy. I've seen a lot of fake outs on the VWAP fade. And so, a lot of fake outs. All right, James, have a good day, brother. Nice work, Netron. Good job, man. But have a good day, James. I'll see you later, brother. Have a good weekend, man. See, we're going to get the breakdown here.
Yeah, so it should break down right here a little bit, and I'm going to look for a bounce to get in here. I was thinking about those 60s.
On AMRN or on A?
Yeah, AMRN.
Okay. Yeah, you see the triangle, right? The ascending triangle.
It's kind of more symmetrical, but...
Yeah, you're actually right. Look at this. Maybe you're right on
It's
that.
more symmetrical, but... It's kind of the same kind of play I did with MBEV the other day. So you get that wash right here. I'll try to short it somewhere up there in 2160s. And I could go off of 72s or 75s.
This got to make a break level with it, I think. Josh, they're roughly $2 a class. Right now, though, there's a sale for $30 a month, so roughly $1.50 a class. Each month, we do about 20 classes every weeknight. And so, pretty cheap, roughly $1.50 a class, And like I always say, we're not experts, We're just helping people learn what we wish we knew when we first got started, All right, AMRN starting to break down here. It quickly dropped down to the 20 that support it had at 21.55. We'll see if we get a breakdown here. The spread's getting a little bit larger. Ask is at 21.60 now. But even if you just sign up, I mean, we backlog all the classes, and so we have all the pre-recorded classes. I can send those to you if you want to see them.
All right, have a starter there on AMRN. Looking to add somewhere here in the 60s.
Hey, appreciate it, AR. Yeah, man, I try to help, I try to keep them short just because, nowadays people's attention spans are small, but appreciate the support, brother. All right, there's a little bit of a breakdown. Seeing it battle here. Want to see a really ultimate goal if I was in AMRN would be a crackdown under 2150. See if it breaks down, gets under that 2140 level. Which link, Eris? All right, there's 55s on AMRN. Here, I'll post it for you, man. I'll just post the link to the site. If you want to check out the classes, just go to the packages section. But even if you aren't interested in that, you know, the site has a lot of good info. It has, you know, a strategy section that shows you the strategies we use. It has broker reviews showing you different brokers reviewing them. And so regardless of whether you're interested in taking the classes or not, you know, there's some good free info there as well to check out. Quick bounce up on AMRN. But yeah, Thinkorswim's definitely lagging a little bit. Back up to the 60s. Bo? What's it telling you, Bo? Oh yeah, a lot of people talking about the shipping stocks. I'll see if I can try to help you get out. Yeah, look at DCIX run, man. I miss DCIX. PXS popping up on the scanners as well. Yeah, PXS running with the shipping stocks. What about DRYS? That's one of the ones we can trade. DRYS running too. So shipping stocks going a little bit crazy here. I have to maybe widen this triangle out a little bit. No, it doesn't really. I mean, it could break out on the upside now here. Yep. Really though, let me see if I edit this a little bit. It all just depends on how you interpret this here.
All right, got to be careful here, guys.
Are you in it?
Yep, I'm in it now at a 21.59 there, risking off of 21.70s here.
Okay. Look under, if it's saying that, maybe look under route. Look under route, see what the option is. I mean, I guess there's only one option, but maybe do that. Maybe look under route to see what the option is. I'm not sure. Luckily, it's just a demo account, but.
All right, guys, I'm now 600 short at 61, guys. Don't want to pass that 66, 68 now.
What's your average at this point?
All right, perfect. Now I know my risk level, guys. 66. If it gets above 66, I'll get out. First profit is going to be down here and 50.
But yeah, the shipping stock's kind of going crazy here. Maybe see if we get a bounce at the VWAP here. I'm not sure, Bo. I really maybe exit out and then restart it. I don't know. That's the only thing I could really think of. I like that drop for you, man.
Yeah, just gotta stay really tight here. just want to see it get knocked down here, guys, on the time and sales here. Selling pressure coming at 57s. Let's see if there's a big order to come in here and knock it down.
Almost looks like a good descending triangle. That's kind of what I have up on my screen. Whoa, big
right,
spike.
Yeah, be careful. If I see those 70s fills, I'll get on out, guys.
Whoa, look at the spread.
Yeah, you got to really be careful. What you got to do is see the time and sales. If I see 70s get out, I'm just going to go ahead and get on out, guys.
Yeah, it just kind of stopped people out real quick.
Yeah, it's stopping people out. You got to just be careful on both sides.
Weird.
If I see 69s go through, I'm going to get on out, guys.
There's 62s. So yeah, that was literally just a market maker stopping somebody out.
Yeah, there it is right there. There's 11,000 shares, 11,600 at 21.70. I see the stop out. Now you just got to be careful, guys. You don't want it past the highs, guys. There's 71 there, guys. Really be careful. If I see 70s go through, I'm out. They're just rejecting it, hitting a whole bunch of stops. You got to be really quick.
Yeah, look at those up wicks. I like the up wicks. I mean, selling pressure, but I'm having to. Yeah, I'm sure it only believable. I'm sure you are a little bit ahead of me. I mean, I'm on Thinkorswim. It's a little slow. There's the drop.
All right, don't want it wicking back up there, guys. Remember, you got to be tight on this. I'm literally having my hand on defense versus profit here, guys. If it comes my way, it'll smack down.
There we go. Like the drop.
Just got to be careful here still. Wait till we get it down below
There's
those
wick
50s.
up again. It just wicked up again.
71s, 70s, out.
Yeah, Thinkorswim is definitely slow here. The bid says 70. The ask says 68. Weird.
Getting wicked out there, guys. Taking a big hit there, but setting myself for the win, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, there's a little triple top on the wicks.
Yeah. Just got to that point where it was definitely, I saw 71s go through there. That's what I didn't want to see. If it kept rejecting on 70, I was still interested, but it hit 71s, and that's way too high for me. Don't want to risk this getting back up there to 2190s on the next push. If it gets above that, it's 2190s. That squeeze is way too big to get squeezed down today.
I'm not trading DCIX. I don't think DCIX is tradable. We're talking about AMRN. I'm just looking at DCIX. All right, there's a big squeeze up.
Yeah, I had that feeling. I could kind of trade it on the reverse side, but I really don't like doing that.
It's kind of a sketchy day in the market. Slow day for at least short setups that I use. Kind of a short day. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, I'm out. Definitely not risking that, guys.
Yeah, with those triangles, I mean, they could go either way. This one decided to squeeze up.
Yep, it's just how it goes, guys. You know, sometimes it's going to go my way, sometimes it isn't. It didn't go my way this time. It was real close, though. Real close.
Nice job, Applesauce. Nice work, brother. Yeah, I think AMRN put out a positive press release last night. See if that 2180 level holds as resistance now. A lot of people mentioning MRMD. Yeah, MRMD. Low volume though, but it's flagging up some. It's moving up. AMRH. I mean, it's down. Or do you mean AMRN? AMRH is down. Kind of got rejected under that $0.50. The one I'm using is Trade Ideas right here. Also, today's news is brought to you by Snaptrade. That's snaptrade.us. Awesome free website. You can see I build my watch list here each morning and share it with a decent amount of traders. It also has a pretty cool scanner that has lots of different sectors like crypto, high gainer penny stocks, high gainer volatile stocks, upcoming earnings. And so regardless of what sector you're interested in, they have a scanner for it. Also, you can use them for news. I can just click today's news and it shows me the biggest news stories in the market. Or after I build my watch list, I can just click watch list here and it shows me the different news stories that have come out on my watch list. And so a really cool free website for traders to take advantage of. Again, it's
Yoko Move.
Let me check it out in a second. Again,
it's going fast, guys. Really fast.
Snaptrade, snaptrade.us. I'll post this here.
It's going to halt.
YECO?
Yeah. Oh, look, it knocked off the halt. It did that just straight nasty pullback. 30-cent pullback on the ask. I wish I would have seen this one through 5. Good call out. Whoever put it up in the chat. That's why I saw it. Good job, Camp.
NVCN. Now we're getting a little bit of volume here, really.
Yep.
NVCN. These are the shipping stocks, a lot of these. What is YECO? Let me look up the news, see why YECO is moving like this. See if I can find it.
There's the crash for AMRN just after. It just faked me out by a couple cents, guys.
It'll happen. I don't see why YECO is moving. I see it was halted on these news stories, but I don't see exactly why it's moving like it is. Strange. Yeah, AMRN just barely stopped you out and then washed. It happens.
It happens.
But like I said, I was definitely short biased with it, but we got NIO pulling back to the VWAP. I like it tight risk at this point for NIO. FLEX has kind of been fading off the VWAP today. Big range though. Yeah, there's no way I'm trading YECO. I mean, it's just too crazy. It's too risky. for sure. I mean, I could see it bouncing here and then maybe getting halted when it tries to break this previous high up here at 575 or so. I could see that happening, but am I confident enough to take the position? No. These are the type of moves that can really destroy your account, and so just got to be smart with those. Now I'm watching AMRN around this low of the day. What's up, Masher? Good morning, man. All right, so here, like I said, YECO pulling back up here. Let's see if it, like I said, I think it could get halted. The level 2 on my Thinkorswim is just off. Just terrible. But we'll see. No. Josh, the reason I'm not trading YECO is because it's been halted numerous times already. And it's just really risky. I mean, this is one of those big parabolic movers that can really destroy an account. You know, it's very, like I said, I mean, I kind of predicted this move here, but you can see how swingy this thing is. It's just a little bit too crazy for me right now. Maybe a little bit overcrowded. Just a lot of people watching it. Was halted a few times already, at least once. And as you can see, it bounces up to 6, pulls back 50 cents or so. I just wouldn't know, you know, I wouldn't know what kind of sizing to take. It would be a little bit too scary of a trade. Just not, the risk isn't worth it for me. Oh, no, when I say halted, I mean the market literally stops the stock. It's usually when the stock has crazy volume, they halt the stock typically for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, and then it resumes. And if it's pushing up when it gets halted, it usually gaps up a little bit and then sometimes fills the gap. And if it's moving down when it gets halted, it usually gaps down a little bit. So once it resumes, it's actually farther down, if that makes sense. All right, so we're going to see if AMRN gets rejected here at these previous support levels of 55. Yeah, I've been looking at Flex this morning as well. It faded off the VWAP a few times. Not a bad range either. But at this point, it has that support at 725. But I like the resistance at 750 as well, so we'll see.
There's that Yoko.
What's up, Casey Mack? Yeah, back up to 6. Really trying to break 6.
Mm-hmm.
There's the break of 6. Yeah, level 2 on Thinkorswim is just lagging crazy. The bid is bigger than the ask. There's 610, 620.
Oof. Those swings are no game.
Yeah, I know, that's why it's just too risky for me. First off, I'm more of a short trader, and so my brain tends to look for shorts more than longs. And I would say this is a long setup, but I think if it does pull back, people are going to get squeezed out. It's really going to hurt, and so. Yeah, PLAG popping up here. PLAG up to 533.
I think it halted.
PLAG, yep.
Ah, that would have been nice to catch at 5.
Yeah, the volume kind of came out of nowhere today on the market. A lot of the shippers just started running. There probably was a good press release or a good news story out on one of them, and the rest are just sympathy plays from the other one, from the main one. Got to look to see what the main one is going to be. Snapchat breaking back down under the VWAP. Alright, I gotta pull up YECO just so I can see the real level too here. I think our swim's not that far off, but sorry, camping. I'm gonna pass on that though, brother. Looking at AMRN still here. I mean, if it can hold the resistance at 2155 where that previous support was and then break the low of the day, it looks interesting. This one's up a ton in the last few months. Up some few thousand% in the last few months. Alright, so like I said, there's the drop. Like I said, if it could break 2140 here and hold underneath that, it looks good.
Yeah, man, that stock would have been a good winner today.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a tight little wrist there. It just stopped out a lot of people. You saw them, the market makers attack those stops.
Yeah.
Big sizing there, pushed it up a couple cents, pushing me out.
We'll see, though. I mean, it still found support at that low of the day at 2140. You know, at this point, it's kind of in between 2150, 2140. It's in between the resistance of the half dollar at 2150 and the support at 2140. All right, we'll see what YECO does. I mean, it definitely isn't a bullish trend at this point. It's above the VWAP. It's something we went over yesterday, is that the VWAP is actually a trend study. Okay, the basic rule of thumb is that if the stock is above the VWAP or holding above the VWAP, it's in a bullish trend. And if the stock is holding underneath the VWAP, it's in a bearish trend. And so with that said, YECO is definitely in a bullish trend. But will it break 6? That previous high at 620? We'll see.
There goes Plag.
Yeah, Plag resumed up to 559 now.
Ho.
There's a really nice breakdown on AMRN. Like I said, if it breaks under that low of the day, it looks good.
This Plag has some momentum, guys. It's going to try to break through 6 here. Ads, boom. Yeah, man, this PLLG should have kept an eye on it. I didn't have my alert set. There's AMRN crashing down.
Like I said, if it holds that resistance at 2150s and then breaks under that low, it could fade for a while today. May have some support at 25s though, but we'll see. So what's the damage looking like today, Mitch?
Not too bad. Like $100.
I mean, you've had 14 green days in a row, so you're easily compensating for that, so no stress.
Yeah, I'm over $600 for the month, so
right.
I'm not stressing it. That's honestly where my risk is. I'm looking at Flag here. Looks interesting there.
There goes AMRN.
1 minute pullback, but it's definitely I need to tighten up.
Look, there goes AMRN. Like I said, man, this thing cracks under this low at 2140.
This is what it is.
But yeah, I just haven't seen anything I like enough to trade today. Gonna just get ready for next week, taking some bigger sizing in there. Try to take some bigger swings. Kind of a weird day today, so I don't mind sitting out. CREG. Yeah, CREG popping up. YECO is still just battling that previous high at 620s. Just battling. We'll see if it holds support at 6 now. I think a lot of people are watching it. Here's the breakdown under 6 on YECO. See if Plag holds support of that VWAP. Honestly, even though it had that big spike, the volumes just dwindled down some on PLAG. GSUM popping up on the scanner. It's still pretty low volume. PXS. I think YECO is probably taking a lot of eyes off the market. So looking at YECO here. Hey, well, good luck, Jason. Hope it works out for you, brother. You think the support is at 4, resistance at 6?
Definitely resistance at 6.
Yeah.
Can agree with that.
630 is where I'm seeing on the daily chart right here. Like if you draw this line here. And then you pull it up. Yeah, 630s. Yeah, and you can see where the top of this was, 630. But yeah, this is why it's a little scary to trade these, just because they pull moves like this. Struggling to see what it does at the VWAP here. We'll see. AMRN would have been a beautiful short. It squeezed up a little bit too much here before it broke down, really. And so... Aziza, I don't really like to say if anything's a good buy or not. Just for liability reasons, and also just because, you know, I'm mostly a short bias trader. Of course, I see long setups sometimes, but mostly a short trader. But yeah, there goes YECO, giving some of these gains back.
It's Plague trying to do the opposite. It break out.
Yeah, it bounced off the VWAP there. But the range is just so big on it, honestly, for PLAG. You know, even that VWAP bounce, I mean, if you use 550 as a support level, it went all the way down to like 530. And so just a big range, you know, swinging up and down. Big spread, you know, for a cheap stock. Just for those reasons, I don't like it. Just too crazy of a spread. 20-cent spread at this point. 10 to 20-cent spread. Just not ideal. Yeah, there goes YECO giving it back there. Getting rejected at that 6. FLEX has been kind of getting rejected at the VWAP all day. It's one I've been kind of following a little bit. Maybe forming a little bit of a triangle here. Let's see if it holds those levels. Yeah, YECO just getting hammered here. Nice silver.
All right, guys. So I'm short on Kron. Short at Kron there, guys. 92s. Risking off of 8 here.
What's your sizing on Kron?
I got 500 shares. Willing to add a little bit at VWAP.
Yeah, YECO just getting hammered off of 6. And like I said, that's why I kind of don't like trading these big parabolic movers on their first kind of crazy day. I much prefer to wait for these to be extended and then short them on the following days is what I really like doing with some of these parabolic movers like YECO. But we'll see. We'll see if YECO pulls back to the VWAP, maybe gets rejected there. Here, do you want me to share your screen, Mitch?
Yeah, I can do that. Just focusing here on the trade.
Okay, no stress.
Give me a second.
Yeah, completely up to you, brother.
I don't mind. Regardless, I'm still going to be green for the month. I'm just taking a calculated risk here after a washout. Big size and getting in there. It's at 95. 101,000 shares being shorted there. I'm just going to stick to that 8 risk. Willing to add somewhere in between here. And $8 really is the risk here.
See if I can get Skype to work with me. There we go. Yeah, Silver, this actually happens a lot in the market. It's those parabolic movers, they kind of go crazy, and then they slowly fade back down. Sometimes they spike again, like YECO. But, like I said, I still like shorting them the following days, especially if they get extended. If it doesn't give too much of its gains back today, I might look at it Monday for a possible short. Let me fix OBS, sorry guys, so you can actually see it. There we go. That should be better. Algo traders, algorithmic traders is what he's referring to. So like box traders, traders that use algorithms to automatically trade the market. They're not actually there doing it. They have a program that's doing it, is what the algo traders are doing. Nice work, Silver. Nice work today, brother.
Applied looked good for that VWAP rejection there at 550s. All right, guys, let's see if size comes in here.
No, that was a nice short. I like the whole dollar short there. Silver, nice work today, bro. Looking good, bro. Looking good, man.
Yep, just letting the trade work right now. Understanding my levels and knowing that once it passes and breaks through that 780, pay attention to the volume, take some at the support, and then just let it keep going. Let it work. At the end of the day, just setting myself up, 3 trades, risk to reward, and that's all I can ever do. And that's what I try to teach you guys every single day. And that's what we stress on here at Beginner Trading.
Skype starting to lag a little bit here.
Oh, the Skype lag.
There we go.
You could always just show your chart also. But it does start the lag.
Yeah, I kind of figured out the trick to it. Like, if it lags, I pull another screen up and then exit, minimize it, and it kind of gets rid of the lag a little bit.
All right, guys, just got to be careful here, guys. Don't mind it's up here. My wrist 8 on this. Would like a rejection here at 90s. That would hold the levels. Now we're trying to crack down below this level here.
Appreciate the sub, Alex, as well. Missed that one. Appreciate it.
You know, one of the key things that I did today is I did size up, did increase sizing. So that's why another reason why, you know, the hits have been just bigger. But essentially, as long as I stick to my 2-to-1 risk to reward, if this trade went my way, I would be fine for the day.
Yeah, it's it happens whenever I think I fixed it. It's not as blurry anymore, but yeah, it's the new Skype. The new Skype is terrible.
All right, 10,000 shares shorted there at 783. So I'm looking for this breakdown of 780s right now. It should head right through the 780s and get somewhere near that 770s where I'll try to take some first profit here. Some big sizing going through there at 83. See if you can get enough selling pressure to break through that. All right, now we're getting that pressure down on it. Let's see if we get another big ad on the red side and just to take this down here. Little fake out there. Let's see what happens here. Now we got the pressure. Where's the big order? I always talk about the big order, guys. It's the big order that knocks it down through the levels. It's not these 100 shares. There we go, showing up on the time and sales. 3,000 shares there. 89. It's on the support here. Trying to get this breakdown through the support. It bounced a little bit, so I have to take a little bit off, guys. I'm willing to add that sizing right back on there, but I was able to take off there about 20 something dollars there, guys. And take a little bit off there, pay myself, willing to increase size in this trade. Just have to be smart, stay to my limits. You still got me there, John?
Yeah, you're up here.
Yeah, just making sure. Got quiet.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, I was looking at something on my phone.
Yeah, Mr. Eric, I'm in on Kron. All right, guys, just got to be careful here through the 90s. Would like it to reject this 91 here. Above 93s is where I would have to decide if I'm going to either just hold to this 8 100%. Because getting out here, guys, it's just kind of based on the reversal. You got to understand where you're going to hold to. Are you going to hold to that this line's going to hold? Or are you going to be more tight risk on this line here? This is where we tell you guys that risk sometimes is subjective. In this sense, you can definitely see it here. Your risk could either be 790s, above 790s, or your risk could be somewhere in the 795s. There we go. Let's see if we get this pressure right here to knock it down through the 80s. $300 shares left, guys. Mr. Eric, my sizing in when this was 500 shares. Trying to wash down through that, not being able to wash down. All right, got to be careful here, guys. The squeeze could be big. There's a lot of sizing in this trade. Let's go. Let's get that hammer here. Looking for that hammer here, guys. Definitely going to hold to that 790s now, guys. Too much pressure on the downside for it not to break. And then if it reverses, the same thing's going to happen, guys. If it didn't break, it's going to probably reverse up here and could fake out as here or actually squeeze up there. But the levels to hold now are to more than 91 right here, as we've gotten so much pressure right here, guys. Lots of selling pressure, just hasn't really been able to break down here. A lot of shares going through there at 86s, 87s there. Let's see if we can get a big short right here at 83. There's 82s. Someone come here and smack it down here. There's 82s. Pressure on. 81s now. 80s.
Let's see if it gets a big break for you here.
Yep. So now, guys, it's getting below this trend line here. This downward trend line here. So I wanted to stay below this now, guys. That 790s is my out now, guys. Establish that out here. Don't want it back up here. This is my break-even pricing right here at 792. So going to give this chance, all the chance that it needs to in the 80s here to break down. Let's go get through these 80s. It's right here. There you go. Getting through the levels now. Now you got to understand the daily chart, guys. Next level here, guys, 770. I'll look to take 200 at 770. Probably 71. I have 72 there, so if it's on the ass, I can just go ahead and get on out. It's not wanting to break these 80s right now. You got to give it the respect.
I like the drop. Let's see if it holds under 80 now.
Pressure there. There you go. 69,000 shares there. 78. Let's see if it can get through now. So the real key on a bounce up is that it tries to stay below this resistance line. Kind of uses this as a resistance here. Went right to it, guys.
Skype is back laggy again.
Yeah, if you want, just show your chart.
Usually it'll fix. Give me a second. Let me do what I did before with this.
All right, like that rejection there, guys. Don't really want it back up here now. 87s. Don't want it up there at the 87s. Would like it to reject as 85s. Come right back down to 80s here. As it tightens up here on the downside, guys. All right, guys, got to really be careful with this here now, as it's up there at the 86. 87s. Remember, guys, 90s. 90s is my out, guys. I see 91s. Or 92s, I'll just go ahead and get out of this trade. I can hold here at 790s. I have no problem holding here at 790s. There you go. That's what I wanted to see there. That quick rejection there.
Yeah, it's kind of wedging a little bit.
Yep, it's wedging out, you know. All right, that looks good. There were some shorts there added to there at 783 and 778.
Bamboo saying, what's your round trip commission on 500 shares? By the book, let me look it up. By the book, it would be like
that.
It's gonna be a little bit more than this though. Let me look it up. It would be $3 per trade, but it's going to be a little bit more than that. I think it's roughly, let me look.
All right, guys, 3,000 shares there going through there at 83s.
I think it would be roughly $375 a trade, and so like $750 a round trip.
All right, I'm liking that share size that just went in through there on the time and sales, guys. You guys see those 783, 5,000 shares? 783, 3,000 shares.
Man, Skype. I gotta talk to Skype, man. This thing is just constant lag on their new platform.
Yep. All right, guys, got to be careful with this spike here. Above 88s, 88s closing there. We'll bring those 89s up, showing up on time and sales will get me out. This trade is trying to break down, but it keeps putting pressure on that person that's shorting it up there at 85s. That's where the first short came in, and that's why I keep seeing the shorts pile in. So the time in sales is giving me the levels that is important to really watch. Is that 85 level? Every single time I see it there, there's been more shares taken and taken. Got to be careful here, 89s. All right, that looks good there. That actually helps us. So now we just need to see that continuous pressure getting put on those 85s. You see how the pressure was put there? It continuously put. We don't want this to now to swing back up to those highs. We want it to continue pressure on that 85.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna have to show. I'm gonna have to talk to Skype. Maybe look for a different conferencing software after this, just because I can pull up this little minor one here. I'll just do this, so you could still see it. But
all right, there's some levels getting smacked down. Back to the support here, guys. Let's see if the big traders come in. Bring this trade completely down here, guys. Knock it down here. Here's a little bounce. Some shares being added there. Like I said, guys, the 85s is really important. They just keep getting hit there at those 85s.
yeah, the lag is back. I'm just gonna show it on my screen. So Mitch is in cron here.
All right, guys, I think right here we're going to have our all or nothing right now. So this is where I always say get in the zone of trading. This is where I'm getting in the zone. I'm just focused, knowing what I'm going to do. I'm not stressing either way it's going to go. If I win or lose, it's fine. The only thing I care about is trading it correctly. This is a good lesson, guys, on how to just get over losses and just focus on your trade. Regardless of my losses today, I'm just focusing. I'm taking this trade one at a time, and I would take this trade and hold to these levels just like I would on the trade before. I'm going to do it on this trade.
Somebody's asking, so when someone is a beginner day trading, what is the recommended minimum account that person should be starting? And so ideally, I think over 2,000, but obviously that's not possible for everybody. I think that you need to just have enough to where you don't mind losing it. If you're too worried about losing it, it's going to affect your trading. And so you have to have enough that you're okay with losing, if that makes sense, whatever that is. Obviously more is better, but, like I said, everybody doesn't have access to a few thousand. If you don't, use Robinhood, take small sizing, and just practice, I think.
All right, got to be careful here, guys. This is a third resistance test. We always talk about this. The rule of three here, guys. hasn't touched 790, so 790s would be my out there. One more rejection, pressure down to 780s will get us our crack. If it pushes past 790s, we have a reversal here in this pattern, and we have to get on out. All right, one more rejection. Let's see if we get down to these 80s and then get the sizing to knock it down through. New candle coming in about 10 seconds. It's going to give us the move.
Nice, Bamboo. Hey, congrats, brother. Excited for that, man.
All right, don't want it up past that last high. Guys, that last high was 88. Just have to be really quick here, regardless of which ways it goes. Have to stay in the zone. This is what we talk about. You can't stay in the zone forever. And that's why the longer and longer you stay in a trade, what you got to kind of do is take the pressure off. And as the price approaches your pressure point, focus in again. Let the trade, like right now, I'm relaxing as it's on the bottom side. I don't need to be stressed right now. When it turns back, I go ahead and I focus. Here we go, guys. That move towards the 80s that I was talking about. Let's see the sizing that comes in and hammers us down here. Here's that move to 80s.
Looking good.
You see what I was talking about, the 85s? I don't know if you're seeing my screen right now, but this is what I talk about.
Your screen is choppy.
Yeah.
But no, I see the 85 those.
Yeah, you see those big orders there? That's what I was focusing here. That's what kept me in the trade. The psychology and knowing that those shares right there are the ones holding this trade down and can actually cause the breakdown. So
right.
And pull this trend line down here and now stick to that trend line, guys. 88s would get me out here. I want this to reject 85s. Just get back down into the 70s here. There's some sizing being added there at 780s. People taking their chance there. Sizing in for the breakdown. $765 would be the daily low. Just putting that out there, guys. 765 is the daily low. This is where we talk about patience is everything, guys. I know my system. My system tells me that if I close there at 780, I'm just setting myself up probability-wise to lose more in the future. Stick to my systematic way of trading, and I will be back into the green. Can't stress it enough, guys.
See if I can pull you up again if it lets me work on this breakdown here. There we go.
All right, guys, there's 75s there. A lot of shares showing up there on the ask side. You see this edge? 1,190 shares there, guys. This is that other support that's very small. It's a very minor one right here. It could take some right here, but not seeing the necessity on taking some share size right there, as I took some right there at 82s. Trying to get that profit down to the next support.
Skype is too laggy, man. I'm gonna have to
No
start
worries.
using a different one.
Yeah, we'll have to contact them, see what's going on, see if we can fix it. A lot of share size going through there. Got to stick to my levels. All right, here's that move, 75s. Let's break these 75s and we can get down below. All right, put in an order to cover 200 at 72. There's 74s, guys. Put my order out there so that it could fill when it does this move right here, guys. No fill there. Got close to filling for sure. I'm gonna take 100 shares there. Take 100 shares, guys, and look for this breakdown of support. I was trying to get that 72, and it wicked there twice, but didn't close my trade, so I was gonna go ahead and close at least a little bit of this trade so that now I can actually let the rest of the shares break even. Now I just don't want it to pass 87s, and I can hold the rest of the shares at 792. Would like these 80s to hold resistance and it not get really above this. At least it's 83 for sure. That's kind of the swing there. You see it where it rejected there?
Oh, it's Skype again. I'm gonna have to download a different version of this. This is just frustrating.
Yeah, it is. What I'm really interested, guys, is that the shares that have been short is a lot. If you guys look at this volume, look at the volume, guys, on the minute chart. And you guys see there was barely any volume until that big push there at the VWAP. That's where I got short to begin this trade. And now I'm seeing a lot of volume at the bottom here, guys, at the support. Can push through and then really cause a move. Good rejection there off 80. Now we're definitely holding for a move down below 70. There's Yelko on another breakout. There goes another short there. 75 at 75.45, 100 shares there added. Boom, going down to those levels here now. $65 is the daily low. Next target. Just gotta let it work, guys. Careful with this squeeze here. Don't want it past 86. 88 will get me out here.
Definitely think it's bearish.
Without a doubt. And it's one of those that you just gotta hold to see if you're gonna get the big move. You know, taking profit here to me doesn't really signify what my strategy is. My strategy is to take some profit, pay myself, and look for that nice big move. And it sets me up for if this does break down here, I'll probably go ahead and I'll end the day. If I do end the day down, it'd be really small. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and just stick to my levels here. Don't want to pass here on the 88 is going to be my out here, guys. There's 86. Got to be careful here. Wanted to reject these levels here. If it rejects these levels here, it's still fine. Respecting that trend line, guys. Could just be doing a shakeout here for everybody that's shorted and chased. This next candle is going to really let us know. Nice rejection there. All right, 20,000 shares went short there at 80, guys. 81. All right, guys, let's see if that 20,000 shares can really push us through these 70s. It's a big order going through there, guys. Especially one straight order. want to get below the support now, guys. Get below that 790s or the 780s. If we can get below that, that'll show confirmation that we're still having that downward pressure. There you go. That's what I wanted to see there. There was some sellers that shorted there again. 4,800 shares there at 82. So now it really does confirm that rejection there. Now we're looking a lot better. We're down below the support. Now we want to see that 780s act as a resistance and get right back down to those 72s with some pressure, guys. Just working this stock and letting it work, guys. If it breaks down, it's going to reward me, and that's what I stick around for, guys. I stick to my risk to reward, find a level that I can take some, look for that big win. Yoko still on the run, man. Yeah, Yoko, has that resistance up there at 9. So this can really keep going, guys.
So I found out if I don't touch the computer, it doesn't lag as much.
All right.
So
don't touch it.
Yeah,
don't touch it, John.
I'm just not going to touch the computer.
You don't touch that computer.
Right.
Bro.
Hey, dude, my hand's off the keyboard, bro.
All right, guys, just got to really be careful here, guys. Don't want it back above 88, 87s, really. Let it keep playing this game, guys.
The trend line's holding.
Yeah, you try to hold it to that, and I stick to that. If it gets above that, then, get out. Small winner. Move forward. And just keep trading, guys. At the end of the day, guys, a streak is just a streak. It doesn't really mean you're a great trader. What really means you're a great trader is being consistent to your risk to reward. And that's really what I'm trying to show here, guys, is that regardless of the fact that I lost twice, I still stuck to my system, still sticking to my risk to reward levels. And that's what matters here in the trade.
100%. If you stick to your levels and give yourself positive reward to risk levels, and you stick to those levels in every trade, as long as you're, relatively accurate. You don't have to be perfect. You could be 50% accurate, but if you give yourself 2 to 1 in every trade, you will be a profitable trader if you're over 50% accurate, just statistics-wise. Just going off of probabilities.
Just works.
Right. And that's the big thing with trading, and that's why, nobody else really teaches much. They teach risk management, but they don't really teach risk and reward, and I feel like that's one of the most important things in trading. So it's kind of bizarre that nobody teaches risk to reward, but it's huge,
Yeah, be careful. They're all listening.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you see 30 videos.
Right, on risk and reward, right?
I'm not saying anything, but
right.
I've seen certain things like that already happen.
Me too.
That's normal, guys. Always going to have haters when you're going and actually sticking to a system.
Right. When you're doing something good, people hate, and that's actually a good thing. It means you're doing something right. As cliche, it means you're doing something right.
See this tightening up of the price, guys? 80 by 80. That shows that the price pretty much found the level that it was matched. It matched at 70, 80, guys. We don't want this back above 80, 87s here, closing. 87s here, closing. Getting to that 88 on the ask would probably pull us out right here. We're definitely not going to let it come to our price, which is break even at 92. But there definitely is going to be some pressure right here as I saw that swing at 780, guys. Just have to respect your levels.
There's 86. See a rejection here. It's battling it right now.
Mm-hmm.
See that 15 order go in on the level 2. It just got hit on the ask.
That's that third resistance,
Pushed it
guys.
down.
So now we're, no matter what's that high there?
Looks like about 85, 86.
Yep. 85's there. 86. 85.5. So 86s will get us out, guys. We see 86 closes now. You see how I slowly bring my wrist down here, guys? Slowly actually adding to the reward, but letting myself set up for this breakdown.
Nice, Vanish.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then we just keep going and we become traders. Traders don't think in wins and losses. They think in probability.
Nice work, Vashish. Nice work, brother. Yeah, I was a little too hesitant. YECO, it's just a parabolic long. That happens a lot, and I'm just not. It's just too much risk for me on that side. A lot of reward, but a lot of risk as well. Look at AMRN, Mitch. I can't touch my computer, but
I can't either.
But AMRN looks good.
Just have to respect the levels, guys. We want to see this curl here and then come back down with the bid at 780. All right, be careful. We got a hammer there. It could hammer above it now, guys. Got to really be tight here. There's 86s. When I see those 87s go through, or 88s, I'm out. I'm out. Respect the trade, guys.
Yeah, good trade, brother. Nice trade, man.
Yep, that's how it is, guys. Not always going to be perfect. As long as you can stick to it, stick to the right levels, you can still win in this game.
Yes, sir. But nice
Was
trade,
able
man.
to make up a lot of that loss there. A lot of that first loss on just the first support. Could have probably covered the whole thing and made it a little bit bigger down here, guys. But the real key, guys, is that I'm setting myself up for the whole day here, guys. That risk to reward, breaking through the 70s, would have been able to cover probably about $60 of this loss here also, and thus getting myself to a break-even day. Yeah. And that's what you can do as a trader, is just set yourself up, guys. You know, we're not always going to have green days, but if you set yourself up, you're going to start being able to go on those streaks. And it's looking like the streak's going to end here today, but not a bad streak at all.
Right. In the grand scheme of things,
12 days.
Right. In the grand scheme of things, your losses on today are not insignificant, but they're super minor compared to the streak you've been on in the last month. So nice work, man. It had to end someday, and so
hey, it had to.
But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. Like I said, if anybody's interested in signing up to TradeNet, I do have a link that gets you 10% off. The 20% off sale is done, but if anybody's interested in signing up, there's the link. We make a small commission from it, but if you want to help support the channel, you can go through that link. Also, we'll be back Monday morning. Same time as always. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We day trade live on stream each weekday morning starting at 8:40 market time. And so hit the subscribe button if you want to check us out and watch us day trade live each weekday morning. And yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. Good luck, and I'll see you all then. Yes, sir, Abdul. That's what it's about, man. But good luck, y'all. Good luck, all. I'll see you all Monday.